Oh, what could have been. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Walking Dead characters who died too soon. For this list, we're looking at the characters from this post-apocalyptic horror TV show whose arcs were cut short by an untimely demise. These are based on their storyline potential, the strength of their personalities, and the roles they could have played had they survived. This should go without saying, but this video is full of spoilers. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10. Owen.
Put that down.
Why?
Because I want it. I want everything you have. Every last drop.
Without any clear motive, the Wolves wound up feeling rather generic, a group existing only to carry out a failed siege on Alexandria. Their leader, however, is the one wolf with actual depth. At first, he comes across as just another ruthless survivor looking out for number one, but when he's captured Morgan, he begins to show signs that he's capable of change. The reveal of Owen's name brings with it hope that he might be more than a mindless killer.
I know I'm probably going to die. But if I don't, I am going to have to kill you, Morgan.
Representing Morgan's philosophy that there's some good in everyone, Owen ends up getting bit in an attempt to save Dr. Denise's life. Owen's death cut his redemption arc short, but he seemed to be on the right path.
Come on! Come on! Go!
Number 9. Theodore Douglas, also known as T-Dog. Though this character was present for some major moments, The Walking Dead never fully capitalized on T-Dog's potential. Burdened with the guilt of having accidentally triggered Merle Dixon's abandonment, he spends the early days of the apocalypse unsure of his role.
Come on, man. Make the trade. Please.
And it's only near the end of his life that T-Dog really displays the strength of his character. With Rick and the group beginning to lose their empathy, he shows his sensitive nature by reminding them of their humanity.
We send them off packing, we might as well execute them ourselves.
His final moments are inherently selfless, as he sacrifices his life to save Carol's. Theodore Douglas, we hardly knew ye, but we think you still had more to offer. There's also that second encounter with Merle we never got to see. Number 8. Noah. The world of The Walking Dead is populated by inherently flawed characters. Noah, however, might be one of the few exceptions. The only one to truly show kindness to Beth during her entrapment at the hospital, he's quickly established as a trusted ally.
Thanks for that.
Figured you'd use a pick-me-up.
And as we learn more about his past and watch him grieve his family, Noah becomes a deeply relatable character.
It's all right. You're gonna be with us now.
Being one of the few to settle into Alexandria well, it appears as if Noah is on a journey from helpless victim to a strong survivor. Sadly, it was not to be. Not only does he die, he's also killed off in extremely brutal fashion.
Don't let go.
Eminently likable, Noah could have been a big part in building a better future for Alexandria. Number 7. Hershel Greene. Hershel was defined, above all else, by compassion.
I'm no good to anyone in there.
Daddy, please.
Maggie, dear, there are people in there suffering. I can bring their fever down and keep them stable.
A calming influence and wise advisor, he helped Rick grow as a leader, often simply seeing the best in Rick.
I need to keep them together.
No, you don't. You only think you do.
When we first met Hershel, he was in denial about the zombie apocalypse. It was interesting to see Hershel abandon his deluded optimism and accept the harsh reality of the world.
There is no hope. And you know it now. Like I do. Don't you?
But with his good heart, he still managed to form connections with almost every member of the group, making his death especially hard on all of them. Hershel's pacifist mentality was something people needed in Alexandria, and Rick wouldn't have gone to such a dark place had Hershel stuck around longer to guide him. No! Number 6. Shane Walsh. Unlike Hershel, Shane adapted all too easily in the zombie apocalypse.
Just let us do this, then we can talk. What you want to talk about, Rick? These things ain't sick. They're not people. They're dead!
Unfortunately, his lack of morals and his intention to steal Lori and Carl from Rick leads Shane on a descent into madness that culminates in his death.
Damn you for making me do this shit! This was you, not me!
Be that as it may, it's clear in earlier days that Shane does have leadership qualities. This kind of do-or-die mindset, which Rick and the others develop in later seasons, puts Shane ahead of the times.
You put your hands on your wife, your little girl, anybody else in this camp one more time, I will not stop next time. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Rick's occasional memories and hallucinations over Shane serve as a reminder of the lack of closure for the latter's character. And we feel the same. Considering the lengthy stays of villains like Negan, Shane arguably had more to offer than just 2 seasons.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
Number 5. Dale Horvath. Let's just set aside the fact that his demise was basically Carl's fault. Dale was one of the first casualties of the TV series to deviate from the comics, and he meets his end much sooner than expected. During the group's stay at the farm, he's the only one who resists the urge to give in to the survivalist mentality and resort to killing.
And this new world is ugly. It's harsh. It's a survival of the fittest. And that's a world I don't want to live in.
Although this represents a sense of naivete on his part, Dale's voice of reason is vital in ensuring the characters don't abandon their humanity. While his relationship with Andrea becomes a romantic one in the comics, the TV series only hints at this connection.
I don't want you here.
Too bad. You don't get to do that. To come into somebody's life, make them care, and then just check out.
And any hope of watching it develop is cut short with his surprise death. With hardly enough time given to mourn, Dale's passing is ultimately too quick to make the impact it should have. Number 4. Beth Green. At first, Beth was portrayed as a sweet-natured and innocent girl. Beginning in season 4, however, her character development got more intense, with the many tragedies she'd seen redefining her as a person.
I wish I could just change.
You did.
Not enough.
With Daryl bringing out the rebellious side in Beth, she starts taking on a more active role in their fight for survival. Not only that, but her dynamic with Daryl also plants the seeds for a potential romantic connection between the two.
Is that what you think?
That's what I know.
Beth really seemed to come into her own throughout the hospital arc, but just when it seemed that her ordeal was coming to an end, she's killed.
I get it now.
It's not only a devastating death, but also one that robbed viewers of the opportunity to see this new version of Beth continue her journey. Number 3. Merle Dixon. Redemption should not require death.
Don't leave me, man! Don't leave me! Don't leave me!
Starting out as the incredibly antagonistic brother of Daryl Dixon, Merle's fate is left a mystery until the 3rd season. After spending the majority of his arc being the right-hand man of the governor, which saw him make attempts on the lives of Glenn and Michonne, Merle begins having second thoughts.
Blood is blood, right? Makes me wonder where your loyalties lie.
Due to his reconciliation with his brother, he transitions from his closed-minded personality to someone seemingly willing to change.
You go back with him, get ready for what's next. I got something I gotta do on my own.
His zombified demise at the hands of Daryl is a tear-jerking moment, but also a reminder of everything else the character still had to offer. Merle's mix of comedy and intimidation felt utterly unique at this point in the series. Number 2. Carl Grimes. Having seen Carl adapt to this world from such a young age, it seemed that he was in it for the long haul. However, in one of the biggest deviations from the comic book storyline, Carl is infected by a stray walker, leading to his death.
You put away your gun. You did it. So I could change. So I could be who I am now.
This comes at the worst possible time, though, as Carl is in the process of realizing that living at the expense of other people's lives isn't right. Furthermore, Carl's connection to Negan, who is implied to view Carl as the son he never had, is ultimately left unresolved.
If me dying could stop this, if it could make things different for us, for you, for all those other kids, it'd be worth it. I mean, was this the plan? Was it supposed to be this way?
With Rick's departure in Season 9, Carl would have been well positioned to take over the role as the main protagonist. His death leaves a gaping hole in the series. Before we memorialize our top Walking Dead character who died too soon, here are some honorable mentions. Tyrese Williams, because we just didn't see enough of this gentle giant. Axel, because this prisoner had the biggest heart.
Tell you the truth, I don't even know how to use this damn thing.
You're all about the truth now?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Lori Grimes, because we didn't get to see the resolution of her relationship with Rick.
Better or worse, right? I mean, what are we gonna do? Hire lawyers and get divorced and split our assets?
Abraham Ford, because this man still had a lot of fight in him.
Hey! Come on! Get off of him!
Shiva, because this tiger was too cool to let go.
Please, Jerry! Damn it, let me help her!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Andrea. While the comic books had Andrea serve as Rick's major love interest later on, the TV series positioned her as someone who made all the wrong choices.
Oh my God, is he dead?
Unconscious. He just grazed him.
Following the loss of her younger sister, Andrea repeatedly messes up, most notably by becoming romantically involved with the governor. Despite all her missteps, her heart is almost always in the right place, and after getting infected, she opts to sacrifice herself rather than risk harming her friends.
I can do it myself.
No.
No, I have to. Well, I still can.
That's all well and good, but Andrea's untimely demise eliminated any chance for her to really make up for her past mistakes. Andrea's death feels like it was played for shock value more than anything else, and there are major aspects of her personality that the series left unexplored.
I'm sick of this. Sick of the lies. And I'm not gonna watch this town and my friends gun each other down.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.